What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video from PremPods. Today we're going to be looking forward to game week 16 in the English Premier League. As always, we don't do anything else.
No.
But we're going to be going through the scores, putting our predictions up, little conversations here and there about the game, break it down a little. So yeah, first game,
mate.
I'll kick it straight off. Crystal Palace at home to Liverpool. Now, this has always been a bit of a dodgy fixture.
It has been.
Not always, I'd say more every now and then. And it seems when it's important, it's a dodgy fixture.
Near when it gets to the other end of the season, normally it's dodgy for you lot.
Yeah, but recently we've been doing very well against them away from home as well. I do still think we'll win again. These are good opportunities for us to just keep building, getting 3 points. Performance at this point, like we're saying with yourselves, it's not that important. We just have to keep winning games, especially where City are dropping points here and there.
That's it.
Because you always know that they're going to pick up at some point next year anyway.
They definitely will.
So I've gone with 2-1.
2-1.
It's going to be a close, an awkward game for us. Similar to Sheffield United. And yeah, I think we've been kind of off it recently, and we're just nicking it, getting away with results.
That's what
Fulham
we have
was
to do,
a 1 goal
mate.
advantage.
Yeah.
Sheffield United recently was nearly a 1 goal advantage. We got a second in like the 93rd minute or whatever. So I'm going with something similar again, and hopefully we just squeeze out the end of this result.
Fair enough. I've said 3-2 Liverpool because you lot love conceding.
Oh yeah.
And it seems like you've gone a little bit back to the Brendan Rodgers era.
Yeah.
So you're just going to outscore them. I don't think they're good enough to beat you. I think you've had like a couple of draws recently that I'm seeing, and then normally you do beat them, to be fair. 3-1, 2-0, you do end up winning. But I just think this season, they haven't got Eze in, unless he's coming back for this game. I think he's out. So I don't think they've got enough to get over the line and actually beat you. I think they'll score, because Kelleher will be in goal. I'm not saying he's a bad keeper. It's just not...
What are you trying to say about Queven?
Just not... Or what is Queven?
Queven.
I guess he's just not as good as Alisson, innit? So you lot do play quite like open. So you will actually have to concede shots, and when Alisson's in goal, you don't notice it, and you still win the game by like a couple of goals. Yeah. Whereas when Kelleher's in goal, it seems like you're just getting that 1 goal margin.
That's the thing, though. It's a bit different. Yeah, I mean, it's getting picked up because obviously we're conceding goals and we're just about scraping out of games. In high scoring games as well, which is not a good thing. You don't want to see Fulham being able to come and score 3 goals at Anfield.
Not at Anfield.
You're having to come back with worldies, really. Without them, like individual moments of brilliance, we would have come out with nothing of that game.
Yeah, that would have been long. But no, Palace, I think they will score against you, definitely.
Yeah,
I just don't think they'll beat you.
I can see it.
Just don't think they'll beat you.
Well, it's just so open. It's so easy to easy to drift past.
Yeah.
No one's putting in like strong challenges.
No.
It's like no one wants to really touch anyone in danger of getting a free kick. Even though, it doesn't make no sense. You have to stop play sometimes. You can't just let people walk past you and hope that the next person deals with it in their zone. That's what it seems like we're doing. That you've got past my zone. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Let the next zone deal with it.
Yeah, it's not good enough, mate.
Strange. But yeah, 2-1. You said 3-2.
Yeah.
Both going with a fairly close game. Obviously yours more high scoring. But yeah. Next game we've got here Wolves against Forest.
Wolves against Forest.
And you tell me, mate, you kick this one off.
Wolves against Forest. I think this will be an alright game for like where they both are in the table. I just think Wolves, from my point of view, might have a little bit too much. I know Nottingham Forest have been good, but I just think Wolves at home, in these types of games, they will actually get over the line. I don't think Forest will have enough to beat them. I think Wolves, in certain areas, like when they're actually moving the ball around, you forget that it's Wolves sometimes. Because they just play the ball so well. And I think certain Premier League teams do this in certain games.
Yeah, they're sharp.
Where you just forget, you forget who they are, like Villa at times. You forget that is literally Aston Villa. They actually got a project. Wolves, pretty similar. In certain games this year, we've picked out very good performances where they haven't actually got anything from
what they deserve, probably.
So I think at home, they're definitely going to get the 3 points here. I have gone with 2-1 Wolves.
Well, I mean, Forest have 4 losses in a row. Big defeat last time out, 5-0 against Fulham. Not going to be good for confidence, especially away from home. And they're going to be probably looking at this game thinking, Not that as much that can happen again against Wolves. I don't see them scoring 5, to be honest. But then again, I wouldn't have said Fulham would have scored 5.
Neither would, no.
And these type of games can happen out of nowhere, really, in the Prem sometimes. I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
Not bad. I understand. I was close
I've seen
to that.
this a few times recently with Forest and Wolves. Even going back to Championship days, but obviously it's both completely different teams from that time, but it's kind of hard to pick sometimes with these lot.
Yeah, Prem is hard when you get down.
Get battered, are they going to get battered and then just have a wicked bounce back all of a sudden next week? Wolves are normally pretty consistent, but they're not getting fully what they deserve out of games a lot of the time, and I think they could be frustrated again. Forest need to snap back into some type of groove, because 4 losses in a row, you could quickly find yourself down in a dogfight.
Yeah, it's true.
When it's not necessary, really. From the start that they've had compared to the other teams that are down there, now you've got 4 losses in a row, and other teams only have got their first win, and other teams are nicking points.
True.
So yeah,
I get it.
Forest will I think they'll nick a draw. I think so.
Fair enough.
Could get bad either way.
But yeah, no, I understand it. Forest are decent.
Yeah. They'll cause each other problems. So again, we always say it's just whoever takes their chances.
Definitely.
But yeah, moving on. Sheffield United against Brentford. Sheffield United at home. Brentford, always a decent team, no matter where they're playing. Do have some off performances some days, but that happens, unfortunately. I think they should be enough to get past Sheffield United.
They should.
It was a pretty decent performance from Sheffield United against Liverpool the other day. Could have scored again. That's the thing. That's another problem in a low-scoring game where we have only scored 2 goals, and the second coming in the 90th minute. 90th minute. They had chances in the game to make it 1-1.
True.
And it would have been tense from that point.
Very tense.
New manager syndrome would have definitely been kicking in. I was thinking. But Brentford are consistent enough. I'm going to go with 3-1 Brentford.
That's the exact same score that I have done, mate.
I did not even see that.
3-1 to Brentford. I think they will definitely, like we've said, they need to kick on, and they've started to show recently, more so why they're in that little sort of battle for between them 8th and 12th. You see them little, because they're not bad. Brentford are not bad in it, but they ain't gonna push as much as Villa, Tottenham, all these other teams push for top 6 and top 4.
There's a lot of good teams.
So, and you have to include Newcastle now as well.
Man United are still there. Chelsea are still there.
So
top 4.
I don't think they're good enough to push on for that. But to solidify their place in the Premier League and climb up some places so they get extra millions is definitely something that they'll be trying to do. So I think Brentford should definitely easily be able to get past them. Most definitely be able to get past them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I agree, honestly. Wilder is coming in to just kind of try and shore things up. He's been there before at the club, but again, there's only so much you can do, and the difference in quality between these two teams should shine through.
We always say this, it should. Whether it does is another thing.
Exactly, yeah. Because it's always difficult to play these teams away from home at times.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll go there and you'll batter them. Newcastle beat Sheffield. I think, was that home though? Newcastle at home?
Newcastle always at home when they win.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But yeah, at home they don't really seem to be getting battered too much. City just about scraped past them, so you never know, really. You never know. But moving on, next game. We've got 6 games on Saturday, which is good. Loads of football.
Decent.
The 4th game that we've moved on to, Man United against Bournemouth at Old Trafford. What have you gone with here, mate?
Man United, Bournemouth. I have actually gone for these lot to nick it again. Just absolutely
scrape it.
Play horrible for 89 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Scott McTominay is just in the box somewhere. The ball drops to him as usual, and it just goes in somehow. Innit?
He's the wonder boy, innit?
Or Bruno Fernandes might actually score a pen this time.
McTominay's the wonder boy now.
Yeah, no, Rashford's getting rested so that he can have some time just to relax, I think, and then just come back. Hopefully, that's what they're hoping. I reckon they're hoping that Rashford comes back with some type of different the normal Rashford that they used to see.
Sancho Dubai trip. Is that what he needs?
So I don't know what these lot need at this point, innit? But
Break.
I liked Rashford. If we would have went in for him last year, I'd have been buzzing. But going in for him now, I'd be questioning.
No.
Questioning our transfer targets if we're going in
Similar
for him
to
now.
the Havertz one. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's not.
But again, Rashford's a completely much better player.
Oh, way better.
But he just doesn't even look like he's interested really in playing.
I don't know what it is.
And I don't know why we keep saying these things coming up after players sign these massive contracts, big money.
I don't. It could be.
We were saying the same thing last year with Martinelli at a phase in the season. Same thing with Saka at a phase in the season.
Saka, yeah, true.
Same thing with Salah at a stage. Rashford, obviously.
It's a lot to deal with, but these big clubs, they have all of these other like things in place whereby you can go and speak to these different types of people who are not involved in football. And try and help you in different ways, innit? So
we never know what's going on, but at the same time, I don't know, innit?
it is strange. There is definitely a link between the two. There's something going on there, innit? But
I don't know. I don't think he's. It's kind of like I'm not trying to say I know what he's thinking or anything like that, but it could be that he looks at Man United now and like, my boyhood club, I'm basically the star of the show. Am I actually going to win a Premier League in my career here? At this current pace, the trajectory that we're on compared to that of other clubs.
That's the the thing is
it time that I need
with
to
that
move on, try and
mentality,
win
no,
something?
innit?
Because he's won a Europa League, I think maybe an FA Cup, maybe a Carling Cup, something like that. But he would want.
I don't know what he's thinking.
You'd want to win a Premier. It's almost going to be like Gerrard.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say Gerrard.
He's not going to
had a season where he was like rubbish for half the year. Do you get what I mean?
No, yeah.
Which is pretty much what Marcus Rashford has been. Like, you have to be harsh on these people, innit?
Yeah.
They're getting paid that
That's
amount of
what I'm
bread.
saying, yeah.
They have to understand that there's like thousands of people that think they can take your place. Whether or not they can, they think they can, innit?
Yeah.
So that's the issue that you have to deal with, innit? And the gap between footballers and the normal girl and boy now is insane.
Yeah.
So they have to hold that.
Yeah.
That's just...
But again, he's got to up it. I mean, getting given a penalty from Bruno Fernandes is giving you. We said this
thank
before.
God he scored it, innit?
Jesus.
Thank God he scored it.
Needed
to
that
be
little
fair,
confidence boost, but I don't think it really makes a difference. He needs to be putting in good performances. I think goals, a penalty, is not going to make you feel that much better. He didn't really look like too much he wanted to celebrate it. Like he's back in that phase where he's scoring goals and he doesn't even really want to celebrate like that.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he's out doing.
Strange. But yeah, I've gone with a shock result, potentially. 3-2 Bournemouth. At Old Trafford.
If they beat United at OT...
Bournemouth turning up at OT.
Then Hart should
especially after a win against Chelsea. Big game, big result. At Old Trafford. They go another game at Old Trafford, back to back. And I think Bournemouth will turn them over, just for the banner.
No, after Seven Hag needs to go after
Just for the banner.
Yeah, no, I understand why you're saying it, but that's mad.
I do think Bournemouth will cause them problems. We've
Oh,
said
they
it a
will.
couple of times about
They
their
will,
wide
they will,
areas.
they will.
Solanke's getting on the score sheet a few times more now. They do work hard. They've got a certain style of play, and they can catch United out.
Yeah, I understand why you're saying it.
United have had off fixtures. They have, like we said before, they have a win or draw.
True.
I mean, win or lose. Sorry.
True.
So,
I don't think OT is the crazy place it used to be, where people used to go and
no,
used
I
to
don't
be scared.
think people
It's not a
fear
fortress.
Old Trafford anymore. Really, no, not as much as they did, obviously.
No, it's not a fortress. So
People,
yeah,
I think
understand.
teams are looking at that and thinking this is probably some of the best times we'll have ever.
Try and beat these lot.
Or for the past, however, 30, 40 years to try and beat Man United at Old Trafford.
Yeah, it's true. It's a big day. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Going to these stadiums, big day out.
Yeah.
For any team. For any team.
And there could be some shock results. I'm expecting it as well because now we've had games, one on the weekend, last weekend.
Yeah, thick
one
and
in the
fast,
week.
mate.
So 3 games in 7 days-ish, basically, innit? It's a lot. So some of these players might be knackered. United seem to keep having to work really hard for these results. They're not controlling the game and have it kind of dead in the water by 60 minutes and you can rest players.
Definitely not.
It's always you
have to bring players on, innit? You have to bring players on that have to win.
Every second counts at the minute, so they're not really getting the opportunity to rest.
It's true.
But yeah, Bournemouth,
Right.
I'm having it.
You're having it. Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Next game we've got here, Brighton against Burnley.
Brighton, Burnley.
Now,
What did I say? Oh, yeah, I said that. Brighton, Burnley, for me,
yeah, you kick it off, mate.
for me, anyway, is gonna really, in my opinion, show the difference in it. And I don't even think it will be a crazy scoreline.
Yeah.
I think it will be a very cushy 2-0 until these lot get a consolation in it. I actually think that Brighton are gonna completely control this game.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot even see Burnley like putting up a fight, apart from maybe nicking that consolation. Where there's always consolation goals in football because the team kind of gets into the like 89th, 90th minute, and then they start to be a little bit lackluster. They know they're going to concede a goal, and then they know that they can keep the ball for the next 5 minutes in injury time, innit?
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely going to go that way. I can't see Burnley, especially away from home. I can't see Burnley actually getting anything from this game.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I mean, I've thought 3-1 to begin with. That was my original one, but then I've just changed it to 4-1 because of I can just see the first half potentially being a dismantling of Burnley.
And Brighton do that. They can.
They have shown it a couple of times where they've been able to just go away from teams in the first half, kill the game off in 45 minutes, and then they're basically just passing the ball around. Not too much intensity to score goals because the game's almost won. Mm-hmm. And like you said, they'll probably get a bit sloppy, concede a goal.
Yeah.
But I do think that they'll be more enough on job to just dismantle Burnley, to be honest with you.
Does make sense.
If they want to be.
Does make sense. I can understand why they would dismantle them, and I can understand why they would be so comfortable to just be 1 or 2 goals up and not worry.
Exactly. Yeah,
so I understand it.
Yeah, like I said, I agree. I think we'll see the difference in quality that these two teams have, difference in structure.
Funny if Burnley won, don't it?
It would be, yeah.
Funny.
The thing is, any of these games, it's like, it doesn't surprise me because when you end up watching it, you're just looking at it. If it could be a day where Brighton are just horrible, making silly defensive mistakes, not taking their chances, and then Burnley look decent enough, and they're just clinical once or twice in a game. That's all that needs to happen sometimes, for it to go either way. But again, I'm seeing a future where Brighton kind of kill this game off by half time.
Early doors, yeah, could be.
So yeah, that's my opinion. You've gone with 2-1, you said?
Yeah, mate. Comfortable.
It will just the scoreline doesn't seem comfortable, but
it should have been your scoreline, innit? But it was mine.
Watching, yeah.
So,
yeah, Brighton should have more than enough, man.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see Burnley doing that much.
I believe last game on Saturday, big game with the current form that both of these teams are in.
Massive game.
Aston Villa are hosting Arsenal.
You're gonna love my prediction for this because there's no bias included whatsoever.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I have fully gone for Villa to beat us at Villa Park, mate. I've actually gone for Aston Villa to beat us.
Is that not 15 games in a row if they beat you?
I think they're on 15. It'll be 16. Well, I don't know if the other night was the 14th or the 15th. We have to find out. But yeah, whatever they do next, they're gonna break. Well, I think they broke the record. They'll make the flipping record even greater. But I just think the way Villa are playing, and if we play Raya and if we play Benny White or Benny Blanco as people like to call him, I don't really think
Benny Blanco or
Sunbed White, whatever you want to call this geezer in it, Moroccan sundown, anything. But Benny White cannot play right back for my club. He can't. I don't care who tells me that Benny White's brilliant. The guy does not make a tackle. He's not a defender in it. So if we play Benny White and we play Raya, we're going to concede goals from that side. So I honestly think Villa are going to beat us 2-1. If we beat them, I'd be buzzing. But the way I saw them play the other day and they controlled that game, what? Like obviously the midfield was poor.
It was very different.
Very different to what Man City normally is. But yeah, they controlled that game, kept them back. Only had to deal with a few times that they broke, and then they just got a lucky finish, which is fair play. They won the game.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to do the same to us. 2-1 Villa, mate. What do you think?
This is a very hard game to call, to be honest.
It is.
Looking back, like through your recent results, you've won 4 in a row against them. Mm-hmm. But then before that, they won 3 in a row against you, and then you've went 3 in a row. Like it's, you know what I mean?
So they're going to go 4 in a row now. Basically.
Potentially, it doesn't seem like anyone does more than 4 in a row.
So they're beating us.
So I think they might.
Basically, do you get? I think they're going to beat us. I honestly think they're going to beat us.
I think. Look, But I do still think you're the type of team that do that nonsense stuff to teams where you stop them from breaking whatever record they're trying to. Unless they already have.
I think they already have, so I think if win or lose, I think it doesn't matter to them. Yeah. But
if they haven't, I think you're the type of team that will stop them from breaking their record or whatever.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Well, do you think they're going to beat us, or do you think we're going to win?
I just see so much trouble being caused for your fullbacks in this game.
There's so much, mate.
So much trouble.
Zinni and Ben White.
Same for them though, because their fullbacks similar like who they got, Matty Cash and Digne. Probably
they'd like getting forward as well. Yeah.
Again,
yeah. Digne's going to kick Saka
exactly.
as well.
They're both like kind of headless sometimes, and Saka and Martinelli will cause just as much problems, if not more, for them two than Bailey and Diaby or whoever else plays.
Yeah, Diaby. Yeah.
Will for you. I don't see a good day out if it's Diaby or Bailey against White. Either one of them. I'm just thinking I can just see Ben White just jockeying all the way back into his box.
Somehow he'll get sent off even though they don't tackle.
And a centre mid scoring again.
Oh mate. Douglas.
I just see him just backing off all the way into his penalty area.
Yeah.
No more space to back into.
Yeah. Gone. Basically walking him into our goal.
I'm going to go 3-2 because I think it will be...
What, to Villa or to us?
To Villa. I'll probably eat my words in this because like I say, I do think Arsenal are the type of team that if you're going for some type of record or whatever, they'll just stop it dead in the water. But Villa's home form is crazy this season, man, and they just keep picking out results. Like we're saying, teams are playing a lot of games in a row. Villa, of course, are in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in a way, their squad sometimes seems more beefed out than like their bench and stuff.
It is.
At times seems more beefed out than even ours.
Yeah, it is.
Times.
It is. Their squad's like, decent. I'm telling you, they've got a good
high
squad
quality
there.
Premier League players, proven Premier League players coming off the bench a lot of the time as well. People like Tielemans. Bailey doesn't really ever start.
No, this game is a problem, man.
It could be a long day. Obviously,
I'm just seeing their strikers.
Emery again. Is he going to come and cause problems for Arsenal?
I didn't even think about that.
Yes, that's a whole nother little.
Yeah, they're winning, man. It's an omen. That's it. They're beating us. They're going to come top 4 and they're going to be us.
I think it'll be a really good game though. 5:30.
So do I.
I think it'll be a really good game. Attacking, you're both going to be up and down. Your wingers are going to cause all types of problems.
It is just who is more clinical.
Exactly.
Because we will both get chances.
Yeah, it could be 3-2 either way, 100%. Mm-hmm. I'm not dead set on Villa. It's just the form at the minute. Emery, of course, there's a little extra layer.
Yeah, you have to get one over on us.
But yeah, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal win again because you're finding ways to win when you're not playing well.
Yeah.
And if you actually turn up against Villa, you should be the better team and beat them. Obviously, they're in good form.
They are good though.
We saw them against City the other day. But that's a different City team. If City's best team play against that Villa, I still think City are much bigger favourites. But yeah, that's my take on that, I think, mate.
Fair play, mate. What's the next one?
That's Saturday fixtures over with. We've got a few 2 o'clock kickoffs, on Sunday. First one of those we've got here, Luton against Manchester City.
Luton against Man City.
Now, after Luton heroics, almost heroics.
Almost.
Again, Arsenal finding a way to just get the 3 points. Nah, I'm not having it. 5-0 City.
Yeah,
I'm not having it. I'm sorry, Luton. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all if you score even a couple of goals because City are like that at the minute.
They are
so leaky.
They are.
And if he plays a similar team to what he played against Villa, I still think you can cause problems. I think all 3 of their centre mids got a yellow. In that last game, wasn't it? So
loads of yellows.
You know, Pep's trying to be too clever sometimes, thinking he can just play people if it's in his team. You should be able to play everywhere. You should be able to play every position.
It's total football.
Yeah, which he's shown at times, but when you've had other players sat next to him, you haven't had Stones and Akanji. And
without Rodri.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stones looks alright.
Yeah. When Rodri's
there. You can't be playing them 3 in a centre midfield.
Nah, and expecting to win in the Prem.
Do you know what? You can against Luton though. That's one thing.
You probably can, to be fair.
That's one thing I would say.
Ross Barkley, he ain't stopping much.
But City again, what? 3 draws and a loss last 4 games.
Poor, mate.
They literally have to win.
They have to win.
They literally have to win. Obviously,
you going 5-0?
Yeah, I'm going 5-0, man. We always say that they're going to turn it around at some point in the season anyway. But they have to. It has to be at some point.
It probably starts here.
Yeah, I mean.
Probably Pep has got them in next game or last game when they've come back in and he said, lads, We have to win every game from now.
Literally.
If we're going to win this league, we have to start now. And we cannot lose. So I'm going 4-1 City. I think they're gonna put a show on it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone scores a hat-trick.
Yeah, well, Haaland's always still there, and in these types of games, I think
Haaland against Fulham.
I think he bullies these types of defenders.
Should be scoring hat-tricks.
He's better see him leaping above everyone.
He should be scoring hat-tricks against Luton.
I think so.
But saying that, before we move on, Luton Town Stadium's tiny.
Yeah.
Kenilworth Road is tiny.
It's
I didn't
close.
actually notice how small the edge of the pitch is to the middle.
Fans are right there. You can hear everything.
It's close, mate. So if they can deal with that, they'll smash them. If they can't, let's see how the game goes.
Exactly. Should be clinical for I keep going for City. I think in the last few games.
I'll back them against
Tottenham.
Villa. Yeah, back them all.
Against Villa, obviously now they've let us down nearly every time. I think against Chelsea as well before that. I think I predicted the draw. We both said the draw. I think for the. Oh no, you said we would beat City, innit?
Yeah, I thought you would.
Yeah, I've only really got it right once on City, and that was to drop points.
True.
Disappointing at the minute.
They are disappointing.
They can't go 5 games without a win.
Nah.
That's kind of a catastrophe.
That's nuts.
Really.
Pep out.
Imagine.
Call for it now.
Pep out.
Get him out of there, man. Make City rubbish again.
City fans got no right to moan about anything.
We need to make
just
a new
sit back,
t-shirt.
Watch the games, and just enjoy it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
You've come from
15th to top,
mate.
like 15 years as well.
Yeah, in less than 2 decades.
Nuts.
But yeah, should be dominant for City. Not really much else to be said on that one.
No.
So we'll move on to the Fulham West Ham game, London derby. Fulham at home, massive win against Forest.
Massive.
So they scored 8 goals in 2 games.
It's not bad.
Fulham as home and away.
It's not bad. Only got 3 points though.
Yes, which but you know what I'm saying. They're starting before we was talking about Fulham. We're like, where these
where
they
they
get goals
score
from?
is true. But these are the type of games where they'll score 1 or none.
Yeah, after scoring 5. And
Like they'll score 3 against Liverpool and get nothing out of it, and it means nothing. Like all them 3 goals, you could have lost 4-0. I love the fact that you played well and you made the game exciting, but you've not done anything to your actual scoreboard.
No, exactly.
Not added any points. No. So I think this game, keep it simple from me, going to be 2-1 to the Hammers.
2-1 to the Hammers.
2-1 to the Hammers. I think they'll be too strong for Fulham, and Fulham won't be able to them. So 2-1 to the Hammers.
I'm going with 2-1 to the Cottagers.
Oh, what a legend.
Similar to what you're saying, but again, home advantage. Fulham have been putting in good performances and looking clinical, again in a game where they've lost.
They have.
Which happens. Right. We scored worldies.
Right.
They scored the few chances that they had. We missed the easy ones and scored hard ones.
True.
Again, loads of goals against Forest last time out. This is going to be a much harder game. I don't know, man.
Cottages, man.
Yeah, I think I'm going against your result, to be honest. I just want to
have a battle of London, innit? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Fulham. I haven't really got much about this one. This is again kind of a coin flip one.
Yep, it is definitely.
So yeah, 2-1 Fulham. Let's go for it.
Fair play. Do it, mate.
Next game we've got here, Everton against Chelsea.
Ooh.
That is the last of the 2 o'clocks on Sunday. I'll let you kick it off, mate.
The Toffees, mate. I think, although Everton...
Wait.
Go on.
Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, no, sorry.
Although Everton are making like their sort of comeback now, they got to start picking up points.
Yeah.
But I just don't see that this is a game where they pick them up. Like we were saying, Chelsea do play up to big occasions, and Everton used to be a decent club when Chelsea were a decent club.
Yeah.
And if anyone's got any knowledge in at Chelsea, they'll be telling them that Everton will be up for this game.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea are not up for it, then they'll get beat. But what I think is going to happen is 3-1 Chelsea, because Everton, in my opinion, are just poor. I don't care about the minus 10 points and all these things. Yes, they should make it out, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as people are saying.
No, I agree.
I don't think they're not as good as people think they are. They scrape wins when they have so much possession. And there's games where they've had 10% possession. How can you call yourself a football club? And pretty much, what's that? 10% possession for 90 minutes. You've had the ball for 9 minutes without extra time. That's horrendous, man. You should be relegated for that.
I think they even drew that game.
Yeah, which is weird. And how can you draw a game with 10% possession?
Yeah, somehow, mate.
So it's just
Sean
it's
Dyche knows how.
weird club, mate. Weird club. So I think they're going to get battered by Chelsea. Chelsea actually have to start getting results now as well.
Yeah.
They need to start getting wins. I think they'll go up to Liverpool, go up to Merseyside, grab the win, come back to London for the Londons.
There you go. I'm going against my better judgment as always. It does happen. I'm back in Everton.
Oh, here we go.
I'm back in Everton for a 2-1 victory against Chelsea. Another disappointing away performance going up north for them.
That's going to be hilarious.
2 losses in a row. I'm predicting for Chelsea. Like you're saying, Everton need to back up their ideas at some point. I don't see it coming in a lot of games. I haven't seen it coming in a lot of games. But Chelsea are a weird team. I'm never confident with them. I've said it nearly every week, I think, this season. And Everton at home, they can cause some upsets every now and then. They get dismantled by United. That happens. That's just yeah. But
Goodison Park though.
Yeah, Goodison Park.
The fans are close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stadium's small.
They're going to be right up for it. That's for sure.
100%. They do love playing us Southerners.
Yeah.
I'll be real. They like that one. They do like that one. So
Soft Southerners. So
that's exactly what they say.
There's not really much thought process behind this. I'll be honest with you.
Just 2-1 Everton.
Yeah. Other than it's just like not much faith in Chelsea. I don't back Everton too much, and I want to actually get an Everton result right. I don't not correct score, just an Everton result. I don't think other than them losing, I've predicted a correct result in Everton's favour, basically.
It's because it's been so hard to get them wins, man. They've only had a couple this season.
Yeah. Well, they've had 5.
Yeah, in 14, I suppose that's more than a couple. It's not bad to be fair. But even when you manage their 10 points, they're still up only into 14th from that. Everton.
They're similar to United with they're winning. They've drawn 2 games, lost 7. So they're winning or they're losing. They're not managing to nick something from games at times. If they do, obviously they're winning, which is
yeah.
great.
1 point at that end of the table is important.
Exactly.
I'll be real.
Exactly.
It's very important. Very important.
But yeah, I'm going for it.
Fair play, mate. I appreciate.
Come on, Everton, man. Stop Chelsea. Get a win here, and then you can start climbing up the table.
Fair play.
Yeah, like I said, not much thought process behind that one.
It's not bad.
We'll see, man. We'll see. Last game we've got on Sunday. I believe it's the 4:30 kickoff. Spurs are hosting Newcastle.
Keys.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You tell me, mate. You start off because I need to.
Keys. I was just gonna say, if you look at Newcastle's home form, they're like top 4 in it. If you look at their away form, they're near the relegation. Like they're I'm not even joking. They are literally 1 spot above relegation with their away form. They are horrendous away from home.
Yeah.
You cannot. And do you know what? Spurs are very decent now at home in it. Going to the Etihad and getting 3 goals. Do you know how much confidence that's going to give that team with all their injuries?
Yep.
Do you know what? But it's funny. Everything in my mind is telling me Spurs win it. But because Spurs are Spursy, I'm going for a Desmond.
2-2.
I'm going 2-2. Sunday, late kickoff. Always craziness happens.
Yeah.
Whether it's at 8 o'clock on a Saturday or Sunday 4:30, something kicks off in it. Someone's getting sent off. Loads of goals are happening, and I think it's going to be a Desmond, mate. 2-2 for me.
I'm going 2-1 to the Spurs.
Again, Spurs.
The result has popped up a few times in this game for either team. It's not always Tottenham. Sometimes Newcastle, even away from home as well. But like you're saying, and it is kind of mad that Newcastle's away form has them in just above the relegation.
Nuts,
just in away form, obviously.
Nuts.
They got 5 points from 6 games.
That's it.
1 win, 3 losses, 2 draws.
It's nuts. And their home form is 3rd. That is literally the only reason why they're there.
Yeah, this is it. They've lost 1 game, and I think we're the only team to beat them at home this season.
They've played us. They've played
4 goals. We've accounted for half of their goals conceded at home.
That's nuts. That's insane. That's what I mean. They're unbelievable at home.
Yeah,
but away,
we keep saying it. Yeah. At home, at this moment in time, we're taking Newcastle against everyone. Really.
At home, everyone. And PSG.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
PSG. Yeah. They
back in
dismantled
Newcastle.
them, exactly. But away from home, they're not great at all. They haven't got the fans on their back like that.
No.
Tottenham are sitting in mid-table for their home form. 10th, banging mid-table. They win or they lose. They haven't drawn at home this season yet.
Yeah.
10 scored, 8 conceded. So I think a tight game, which they will just about edge out. And that's a lot based on Newcastle's away form. Tottenham's home form is mediocre, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just more that's why I'm going for 2-2 because I don't really think anyone's going to do it. Spurs, like you say, haven't drawn at home, so I think they've got to do that at some point.
Yeah.
You can't go through the season with just winning or losing, unless you're United. But yeah, Newcastle away, dreadful, mate, and it's just, I just can't see.
Yeah,
don't know.
It's strange. That's what I'm saying. It is very strange, but obviously, both teams again, loads of games coming up, teams thinning. I've got more faith in Spurs to get a result from this.
100%.
A win. Other than that, it will be the worst Spurs will get is a draw, in my opinion. My humble opinion.
That's what I mean. That's what I think will happen. Exactly. That's exactly what I think will happen. Yeah. But if it was at Newcastle's grounds at James's Park, geez, I'd be back 5-0 Newcastle.
6-1
crazy
again.
score. Yeah,
like
do
last
it
season.
again.
But yeah, that's going to be a very good game. 4:30 on Sunday.
That's a good game.
6 games on Saturday, like we said. 4 on Sunday. Another action-packed weekend of football, mate.
Yeah, mate. There's loads of good games in there as well.
Really good games. Tottenham, Newcastle, Arsenal, Villa. Those are probably the biggest ones, I would say. But
Everton, Chelsea.
yeah, big games can come from like your Fulham, West Hams, your Brighton, Burnleys, Wolves, Forest. They can all be goal fests all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Looking forward to it. We start the game week off, and you finish off the games on Saturday. So
nice.
Hopefully we both got 2 wins by that point, and we can sit back and watch City and Tottenham and whoever else on Sunday.
That's it, mate. That's it.
But yeah, until next time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Have a great rest of your day and see you all again soon.